Hello, good morning, my friends. Welcome to another English class. I think this is the first one after all the stuff we have for the celebration of Fathers and Teachers Day. And today we have a couple of things to do, working with the spotlight on literature C. But first and foremost, I just want you to play a game for which you need to access to the link I'm gonna share with you in the chat box. So take a look to the chat box. There is a link. I want you to access there and register with your email account so I can see your names in the game. Please access to it. I'm gonna share the screen with you so you can see what is going on. So this game is just called the stop game. The stop game is basically the Bachillerato stop. That's a traditional game that you play when you are in school, when you are boring, when you're bored, you play this game with your friends. So I want you to click again to the link that I shared with you in the chat box and register with your email account, please. While you're doing this, I will explain the rules. So we're gonna play 4 rounds. Every round got 12 categories or 13 categories. And every word that you type in each category might start with the given letter. You're gonna be given with one letter and all of your words may start with that letter. So we have one register. Let's wait for, let's say 3 minutes and then we start. Guys, click on I'm ready. Cecia, click on I'm ready, please. Now the letter for the second round is letter D, G. Yeah, I can't think of any. Transport game, can recall. All right, time's up. Let's check surname. Dimas, Daniel. Daniel is name, no surname. Dance, no. And Dominguez, nah. Only Dimas. Dominguez. Superhero, Daredevil, Deadpool. Well, I'm not so sure about the spelling of this one, but since I'm not so sure, I'll give it for good. TV series, though, is that really exist? Color, dark. Dark is not a color, that is an adjective. Dark blue, yeah, dark blue. Daniel, who is that?
Daniel Ricciardo.
Who is him?
It's a Formula One driver.
Ah, okay. Daihatsu, a car brand. Musically, this is the second time that I play this game and I forget to write drum. Brand DC for shoes and also for the movies, right? The comics. Decline, do. and Daylight. It's a zombie game, zombie land game. So now Daniel is first, Tatiana is second, Cecia is third, and then you can see the rest. Click on I'm ready, please. So we can start the third round. I'm ready, Oscar. Okay, letter A. Okay, I'm gonna get a lower score here. Azul. Now the colors may be in English. All right, now good in this one. Airplane, airport. Well, transport, it doesn't say means of transport, so I will accept airport. Aeropost, a Apple. Alfa Romeo. I totally forgot about that car. Ariana Grande, Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler is misspelled, but okay. Alan. Aqua. I wrote it in the previous game and I totally forgot. Adman. Yeah, it's true. That's the problem, not to be a fan of Marvel, right? Surname, Alas Aguilar Amaya. Anaya also. Okay, in this round, Marroquin. Is this Angel or is someone else? Cecia and Daniel. I'm ready. And the last round, the last letter is letter M. Oh no, very bad it is one. Modern Family, MacGyver, but the new version of MacGyver, the remake. Color mango yellow, Magnolia. You really made these colors up. Mercedes, Mercedes-Benz, MD for shoes. Mind, matter, manifest, move. Mario Bros. I forgot Mario Bros. Mitsubishi, McLaren, Mustang. Musical instrument, maracas, nah, Magneto. Well, actually, Magneto is the antagonist, but okay, I will accept that one. Moon Knight is misspelled, but I will accept that. Mars. Celebrity, Martin Garrix. Totally forgot. Mojica Martinez Marroquín. Sure, Marroquín, you brought Marroquín's last name here. Let me see who is the winner. I don't count, so that's why now we're gonna see the final ranking, because this is just for the round. I will see the total. Well, Tatiana, you're first, and Danielle, you're second. Congratulations. Well played. Right now it's time to move to the class. So just let me share with you the screen. For today's lesson, we are using our Spotlight on literature, page, wait a second, page 70. Page 70. We're gonna be talking about punctuation marks. We're gonna work with end marks and the use of commas. End marks and commas. Page 70 in your Spotlights on Literature. So I was checking my record and I came across with an excellent YouTuber there who can explain this topic much better than the way I can. So I'm gonna share that video with you so you can learn from this guy. Ta-da! This is the best YouTuber I could find, the only one that I could afford. So we'll see the first, the socio-emotional content, and then we'll see some explanations about this, and I will be pausing I will be pausing this video so you can ask questions if you have, or I can reinforce the information in this clip. Hi, welcome to English Lessons with JC. Can you listen?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thank you. Today, before to start our work, we're gonna talk a bit about goodness. Well, first of all, what is goodness? Well, goodness is the tendency of people to do good deeds. And also, we can say that is a synonym of generosity. And I'm gonna read this quote with you. Be the reason someone believes in the goodness of people. So these days, you've seen that people have been suffering a lot because of different situations that are going on in our country and also in the world, the flood, the pandemic. But
People have lost their jobs, they have lost their homes, and also some family members. And,
I said pandemic, it's pandemic. So poor guy here, he makes a lot of mistakes when he speaks.
but these difficult times bring us the chance to let out the best of us. Being generous also is a benefit for us because it makes us feel better about ourselves. We feel more satisfied by focusing on what we are giving rather than what we are receiving. And I'm gonna list you a couple of benefits of being generous. So you get greater satisfaction with your life. As I said, you feel more satisfied. You build stronger relationships. You make more friends and allies. And believe me that this is essential, especially in days like this. And you have a higher and healthier self-esteem. You have more satisfaction with the things that you possess, because if you compare that the situation that other people are living and the one that you have, probably you will feel blessed and very lucky as well. If you help people in need, you will make the difference, and you will make this world and this country, your city, a better place to live.
And let me tell you, I wasn't ready. I wasn't reading. I wasn't reading. I wasn't ready because, shooting these kind of videos last year was kind of hard for everyone. And well, that happens 365 days ago. Okay, so now let's move to the content, page 70 in your spotlights.
Today's lesson is going to be about punctuation marks, specifically end marks and commas. For this, you will be using a spotlight on literature D, pages from 70 to 73. Let's begin. These topics of punctuation, it has a great importance in terms of writing and reading. Punctuation provides the necessary tools to help readers and listeners understand our messages correctly. At the same time, it provides writers the opportunity to include and emphasize their feelings and ideas. As I said before, we're going to work on end marks. We have three. We have period, the question mark, and the exclamation point or exclamation mark, and commas. Commas are used to facilitate reading. We have to study the following rules so that you will be able to use them correctly in all forms of writing. Before to go through the lesson, we're gonna watch a clip about the importance of punctuation.
And here is something that you really need to take into account when you use commas in English. So if you notice here, we have comma before conjunction and. This is something that in English, well, in Spanish doesn't happen because we do not write comma before conjunction y in Spanish and in English, but we do in English. So pay attention to that detail. Well, maybe I had a problem with the sound here. So a period is the first end mark we are studying today. And you know how to use it. It goes at the end of the sentence or abbreviation. It indicates when we have finished an idea. And also for abbreviations, you have this one right here, Washington, D.C. D.C. is an abbreviation that stands for District of Columbia. So this is what it means. And we also use these periods right here, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., or in titles like Mr., Miss, Mrs., etc. And PM stands for the Latin expression post meridiem. It means afternoon.
Pitch.
And also we use it
Secondly,
here. Let me rewind this.
not that simple, indicate.
But the thing is that we have some sentences there. They did
Secondly,
pass.
we have the question mark. The function of this mark is indicate a question. So it sounds very logical, but it's not that simple as it sounds because you have to give the right pitch to questions. Sometimes when you talk to someone, you don't know if that person is asking you a question or they are telling you something. And it happens because they haven't given it the right pitch. Remember that the intonation of questions depends on the type of them. For example, WH questions, the pitch goes down, and in yes no questions, the pitch goes up. And don't try too hard because you will sound so fake. So I will try to read these questions so you can see and listen how they are appropriately intonated.
I always point out on that you have to give the right intonation to questions. Otherwise, people will get confused if it's a statement or if it's a question. And in WH questions like 1, 2, and 3, the intonation goes down. And in just no questions, like in the two last examples, the intonation or the pitch goes up.
What were the most important wars fought in the history of the United States? What are you planning to buy today at the supermarket? How exactly did the fight between the two of you start? Is your father's name Carlos? Did you see it? Next is the exclamation mark or exclamation point. When you are reading a text, it's very difficult to identify the emotions on people because you don't know if they are yelling, if they're crying, or you can't see their faces. So the only way to express a strong feelings such as surprise, anger, joy is through this end mark. And I will provide you some examples. Yes, I will marry you. Oh, that's a gorgeous new dress. I can't believe I ran into you here. Stop, I really don't want to get wet. Don't throw me into the pool. Help, she cried. I can't swim.
Well, I tried too
Okay,
hard.
now it's time for you to put into practice what you have learned about end marks. Exercises, page 71, says like this.
All right, let's move to your book, page 71. So you can work in these exercises. There we are. Let me see who wants to help me with Diana Gisela. Diana, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Can you help me with the instructions, please?
Okay. Complete the following sentence adding periods, question marks, and exclaim points where needed.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, this is what you're going to do. In, I think, 3 minutes, well, no, 4 minutes will be enough for you to identify which punctuation mark is needed in every sentence. You need to place one, or period, question mark, or exclamation points. All right, take 4 minutes to do it, then you're gonna share the answers, but you're not gonna tell me, teacher, in letter B, it goes a question mark or an exclamation point. No, you have to read it with the right intonation so everybody can get it without saying exactly what the point is. 4 minutes, my friends. Help me reading the first one with the right intonation to identify the exclamation, question, or period. Anyone? Christopher? Eduardo? Does your microphone work? No. Ángel Recinos? No. Gerardo Gabriel? All right, let's play safe here. Henry Salvador, can you help me with letter A and letter B, please?
Well, the first one, I think it's only an end mark,
Mm-hmm.
and the second, it's only an exclamation point.
Yeah, like, what a great idea. Yeah, like that. Yeah, period, and this one is exclamation. Thank you. You were totally right. Carlita Navas, are you there?
Yes,
Do you have the answer for letter C and letter D?
I think in the
And-
C, a question mark
And
at
B?
the end.
And the
A
letter D?
period, maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So does anybody got a different idea in letter D? Or do you agree with Carla?
Question mark.
Question, both.
Yes, I think it's a question mark. Like, was Elizabeth walking in the streets of Eaglestadt? Or something like
We have two different opinions here. Well, it's a question mark. It's a just no question. This one is WH question, and this one is a just no question. Thank you guys for your opinion. Diana, ENF.
Yes, teacher?
Do you have the answer for ENF?
No.
What do you think? Now listen to the way I read, and that maybe will help you to get the answer. Letter E. How glad I am to see you.
Was Elizabeth walking in the streets of Ingolstadt? How
No,
glad
but this
I
one
am
is,
to
what do you think? Listen to the way I read. How glad I am to see you. So do you think it's period, exclamation, or question mark?
exclamation.
Yeah, exclamation. Very good. And letter F, listen to me.
I feel the
Oh, okay,
I
no,
feel the
go ahead.
bitters
Go ahead.
of disappointment. Oh, it's confusing.
A little bit. I felt the bitterness of disappointment.
Period.
Question?
Yeah, someone said in the background, period, and it is period. It is period. Thank you, Diana. So, Tatiana, are you there?
Yes.
All right, you're gonna help me with G, H, and I, please.
Okay. I think G is a question mark.
Yeah.
H, I'm not sure, but I think is, I don't know if I'm very.
Okay, just listen to me. His yellow skin scarcely covered the work of muscles and arteries.
Period.
Yeah, it is period. And letter I?
An exclamation mark.
I imagined that the monster seized me.
I think, I don't know, I imagine that
Yeah, that is
scared and it,
yeah, that is kind of confusing because you probably are expressing that you're scared, right? But according to the text, because this is taken literally from the text, is period. It's just that I imagined that the monster seized me. No, I imagined that the monster seized me. No, it's just period. Yeah, it is confusing because you don't know exactly what he is expressing just by reading the sentence. Thank you, Tatiana. Let me see. Angel Marroquin is here, isn't he? Ah, yeah, he
Yes,
is.
teacher.
Hello, Angel.
Hello.
You're gonna help me with JKL, please. Oh, save me.
Mm,
Oh, save me. It's not, oh, save me. Or, oh, save me. It's, oh, save me.
exclamation.
Yeah, exactly. Exclamation. Now, with
Yes.
letter K, the servant brought breakfast. What do you think? The servant brought the breakfast. Is it period, exclamation, or question mark? Little Angel?
Period.
Yes, it's period. And the last one, Angel. How fortunate that you should be here at the very moment of my alighting. So I'm trying very hard here because this is not the way that I usually read.
Exclamation.
Yes, exclamation. Thank you. And Mauricio, Salvador, Mauricio. Help me please with M, N, and O.
Well, I think it's only a period.
Yes, you're right.
And
What must have been his feelings?
a question.
Uh-huh.
Unable to remain for a single instant.
Yeah, this
Oh,
one is question. And this one?
I think that's an exclamation point.
Exclamation. Yeah, it can be. But because it has been taken literally from the story, says just I was unable to remain for a single instant in the same place. It's just period.
Okay.
Thank you. Second one, identify the punctuation needed in the spacing blank. So you can do it as long as I read. Write the punctuation here in these blanks. Well, actually, they're not blanks, they're blues. All right, letter A. After a long period of silence, my brother asked if we were lost. What do you think it is?
A period, maybe. I don't
Yeah.
know.
No, you're sure. You must be sure. It is a period. This one is already there. After an abbreviation, so you don't need to write another period, right? So while traveling on the East Coast, we visited Washington, D.C. The period is there, so you don't need to add any other punctuation. Is there, period. So now listen carefully to letter C. Just before the accident, my brother screamed, "Watch out for the other car."
An exclamation point.
Exactly. Thank you. And this one. When does the train come in from Boston?
A question mark.
It is a question mark.
And the D, you didn't say that D. Letter D.
Letter D is a, I didn't say it. No, you're right. Ask Jamie. Yeah, I just jumped my side from C to E. Well, okay, letter D, I will read it. Ask Jamie if he remembers where he parks the car. What did that sounds like? It
A
sounds like,
period.
yeah, it is a period. Yeah, I don't need a question mark here because of an easy explanation. This one right here is a indirect question. In some indirect questions, we either use question mark or not. If we have an expression like this that precedes the question, we only need a period, not a question mark. Those are called indirect questions, and you will work with this next year. Okay. Exercise number 3. You have to read this paragraph, this excerpt from the story, and identify mistakes in the usage of punctuation marks. For example, this one right here, I was able to recover by very slow degrees. So it's not like I was able to recover by very slow degrees. No. So you don't need this exclamation point, you need period. So you got to delete it, cross it out, and write the period whenever it fits to you. You can do this in 4 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes would be enough. So you can read all of this and correct all of the mistakes in the uses of end marks. Please work it out. Okay, because of the time, I'm gonna give you the answers. I was able to recover by very slow degrees, period. What a great feeling, exclamation. I remember the first time I became capable of observing outward objects with any kind of pleasure, period. It was a divine spring, period. I felt also sentiments of joy and affection revive in my bosom, period. How was I ever going to repay my friend Kerbar? Question mark. He stood by my side, consumed in my sick room, period. Wow, exclamation. Wasn't he a good friend? Question. Kerbar told me that I will repay him by getting well soon, period. Then he asked me if I could speak to me about one subject, period. I trembled. One subject? Exclamation. What could it be? It's question mark. Those are the answers. So this video is gonna be there, uploaded in YouTube, so you have some doubts about the questions. Now let's continue watching the other video with the rules of comma here.
Number 1, complete fill the period,
There you have the
exclamation,
answers.
question,
But for the previous
in a list, you have this punctuation mark.
Now we're gonna study the rules on page 72 in your books, the use of commas. We have a lot of rules for commas. We're gonna study only 5, the ones in your book.
But we're gonna focus only in the ones in the lesson. We have 5 rules. The first one is to separate 3 or more items in a list. You have to take into consideration that you use comma before the conjunction and, something that in Spanish is not correct. The first example says, I went to the kitchen to cook scrambled eggs, fried beans, and tomato sauce. The second, we have a list of sports. He plays soccer, basketball, baseball, and rugby. The second rule is to separate 2 or more adjectives preceding a noun. And here we have the examples. We were prepared for a long, tedious, and planning session. Long, tedious, and planning are adjectives that are preceding the noun session. You have to take into account also that you should not write comma between the last adjective and the noun, but you shouldn't do that. Second, Alan has several blue soft sweaters. As you can see, I didn't write a comma between soft and sweaters. And the last one, in order to get home, comma. This comma indicates an introductory sentence. We travel over several narrow, twisting, treacherous roads. For rule number 3, you have to remember compound sentences. They are made of 2 clauses, dependent clauses and independent clauses. Independent clauses make sense by themselves because they are complete thoughts, whereas dependent clauses, they start with coordinating conjunction and they need the other sentence to make sense. Remember, coordinating conjunctions are words like but, and, yet, so, something we studied last year. The rule says like this: use commas to separate coordinating conjunctions when they join independent clauses in compound sentences. We have the first example. She did not cheat on the test. That is the independent clause because it makes sense by itself. And we have here the coordinating conjunction that links the 2 ideas and is preceded by a comma, for it was the wrong thing to do. Second, I really need to go to work, but I am too sick to drive. Number 3, I am counting my calories, yet I really want dessert. 4, he ran out of money, so he had to stop playing poker. 5, they got there early and they got really good seats. Rule number 4 is very easy to get. To set off an interruption in a sentence. Number 1, my brother John is visiting for Christmas. So as you can see, for this rule, we need to enclose a word or a phrase between 2 commas. The word between the commas, John, can be added, can be extracted from the sentence and still makes sense. My brother is visiting for Christmas. So you don't need to say John, but you want to give more details. Second, I set my gift, a sweater, on the chair. Or you can perfectly say I set the gift on the chair. Number 3, most skateboarders, but not all of them, like to take risks. See, the expression between the commas can be extract from it and it still makes sense. And the last one, make sure you buy whole milk, not fat-free milk, or the recipe will not work. You can say, make sure you buy whole milk, or the recipe will not work. And it still makes sense. And finally, we have rule number 5. It is use commas after certain introductory words. Moreover, the educational institution will prosecute those individuals who copy the institution's written words. Suddenly, an angry black cat sprang from the shadows. Number 3. Meanwhile, the dog stretched extravagantly in the sunshine. You can also use introductory words for dates, like in 1995, comma, by the end of the day, comma, years, days, transitional devices like moreover, also, after that, etc. So, and this is basically it. Thank you very
Yeah, this is the end of the video. So I also am gonna upload this video in YouTube. It's like a video of a video within a video. And I hope that you have understood everything that we have studied today. It's very easy, punctuation, not difficult. You just need some practice to manage all this. So see you, my friends, next week, I think. Goodbye. Have a nice day.
Bye, teacher. Have a
Thank
nice
you,
day.
teacher.